This your boy Steve Truth, and right now I'm on the Awesome Nobody podcast. Check it out.
Yeah.
Well, how do you think I feel about what's been going on? Let's talk about it for a minute. Well, how do you think I feel about what's gone wrong?
You're now listening to Hip Hop Music.
Well, how do you think I feel about what's been going on? Let's talk about it for a minute. Well, how do you think I feel about what's been going on? Let's talk about it for a minute. Well, how do you think
Welcome to the Awesome Nobody Show. Awesome, that's just part of the name. I give them the all plus the sum. Then back to being awesome. Here live and direct on the Awesome Nobody podcast. If you're tuning in, you are in the know. You're not missing out. You stay informed and you're keeping the ear to the street. I'm at least 2 days ahead of everybody when it comes to music. I definitely valued. I have a decent ear when it comes to picking music, listening, and making playlists. In the future, I'm gonna start curating a lot of Spotify playlists, and a lot of songs I've been picking, I've been seeing rising, So today is a great day, and right now we're gonna talk about hip hop, and more importantly, New Jersey hip hop. I mean, it seems like every other state has had their time to shine, right? Now, technically, Jersey is one of the originators as far as music. We came out the gate strong with some of the early 90s content, right? I mean, as far as leaders of the new school, Fushnikins, right? A lot of artists from Newark, I believe Black Sheep was from Jersey, and then getting into the Newark, more still in the Newark area, I'm talking about like Redman, and of course going into Jersey City, Joe Buttons, and then a lot of other artists too that may have been born in Jersey, right? Like Tupac, and that necessarily would rep Jersey to a certain extent. But now in 2017, there's a whole sound and a whole underground culture of people making music that's not being heard. So we're going to talk about that. I'll be joined today by Young King. His name is Chris Truth from Trulogy, right? If you haven't heard his music, you're playing yourself, right? Shit is fire right now. Chris has unique talent for beat selection and lyrics. He is definitely a songwriter, which is what any artist needs for longevity, most definitely. And so we're going to get Chris on the line and talk about some real shit about his music, about his outlook on music, what's going on with New Jersey. We'll talk about some of the platforms, some of the places that he's been performing, and also get his take behind his creative process, right? So shit's going to get real, so stay tuned. If you're a fan of music, then you're in the right place.
Don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way. So don't be mad, nigga. Don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way, my nigga. So don't be mad, motherfucker. I'm in my bag. 'Cause I want it bad.
Yo, Chris, what's up?
What's good, man? How you doing?
Good, man. You on the Awesome Nobody Show, man. Thanks for making the time. I appreciate you for doing the show. How you feeling?
Yeah. I'm actually kind of sick, actually. It's funny that you asked that.
Sick with the beats and sick with the lyrics. That's what you mean?
I mean those too, but I got a little cough or some shit going on.
Okay, all right. So, everybody that listens to the show, so this is the podcast. We got Chris Truth from Trulogy on the phone. Everybody can go follow him at Recognize Truth on Instagram. Is Twitter the same?
Yeah, Twitter the same. Yeah, all that. Maybe you can type that as a backslash on SoundCloud and get my music, Recognize Truth, everywhere.
So let's just start off, man. So tell me about C Truth, man.
Well, C Truth is from Jackson, New Jersey. I've been doing this for a minute. I was originally a part of a group called Trulogy. 3 guys, including myself. Play on words of trilogy. We put a definition to that. We call it the study of truth. Trulogy is the definition of that. So, I've been doing this for a minute with my friends, and just recently I just started taking this seriously for myself. Really putting myself out there and put my music out there. But, that's pretty much it. I've been out here doing shows from Jackson. I'm just trying to make it happen for myself. I believe my music's dope. I believe it speaks volumes. I believe I have an eclectic sound. I believe I'm versatile. I just think I got some good shit that people would like to hear.
Okay. Hashtag what's your truth, right?
Hashtag what's your truth? That's Trilogy's thing, but yeah, that's the click thing. But yeah, what is your truth? You know, that's for everybody. You know, I feel like a lot of people don't ask themselves what's their truth, or are they living in their truth? You know.
Yeah,
most
facts.
people settle for just being what they're told to be, or what everyone else says they should be, you know, but what is their truth? A lot of people don't live that, you know, and this is something, being a musician nowadays is something that's frowned upon. Like, you're crazy, you know, being an artist is like, you're crazy, what are you doing? You know, but I'm living my truth, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, that's beautiful, man. I mean, a lot of people are living a lie, you know, a lot of people out here frauding for something that they're not, you know, about the people they know, the places they go. So no, that's real in a time where there's not a lot of people being real. So I definitely can respect that as far as the what's your truth, or even just the truth, period. And I see that all throughout your music, throughout your social media profiles, and just the way you guys are about it. I mean, y'all definitely new, fresh, revolutionary, you know, y'all make current music, right? I think y'all do a good job of creating vibes, right? Riding the wave, as they say. And to go back to the point you made about people making music now is the best time to make music. There's more platforms, right? Where you don't have to go to a studio, pay so much to record. True creativity can come out unadulterated, right? There's no label reps telling you what sound to make. There's no label reps telling you what your image needs to look like. You can give yourself.
The age of the A&R is like basically a dying thing. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
The age of the A&R, like, it's really, really a dying thing. And I think that, I mean, I have my own home studio. You know what I'm saying? Where I mix and master all my songs, all my friends' songs. You know what I mean? Because at that point, like, you're paying a certain amount for studio time when you can just have this open creativity inside your bedroom and still get a decent sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once you like establish yourself, of course you want to go to the studio for that more high quality sound, but you can even get that in your bedroom nowadays, you know?
Yeah, word. Yeah, and so
it's a DIY time right now.
Definitely. I mean, a lot of signed or previously signed artists are ditching the labels to go independent because they know the possibility is endless. I mean, you just have to put the work in, and y'all definitely are doing that. Y'all have quite an impressive musical resume online, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of songs out, man.
A lot. And you said, where can they find everything at? On SoundCloud?
Everything's on SoundCloud. Either you can find it on my /Recognize Truth.
Okay.
Or you can go to /Trilogy, TRUELAGEE.
And you just released a new song, right? Called In My Bag.
Yeah, In My Bag. It's my single for my project. I'm gonna have a video out next week.
Okay.
You know, a video. We did that whole video. But yeah, that song is catching some fire right now. Like, I'm getting a lot of love from that song.
I must say, man, shit's fire. You sent me the link, you know what I'm saying, and I listened. And I always expect, you know what I'm saying, good things from you. But then when I heard it, it was something a little bit different. Not different from your sound, but the song just had a different, like, life to it. And I'm like, yo, this shit is heat.
Yeah. It has, like, this catchy vibe. And it has, like, this, like, I mean, that's just where I'm at, too. You know what I mean? Like, in my personal life, you know, I think there's a lot of people who question or want things from you. You know what I mean? You have to make time for yourself. You have to sacrifice time with other people or other things, you know, to make time for yourself and really get in your bag. Because if you don't cultivate yourself, who's going to cultivate you? You know what I mean? We were just talking to DIY time. So you have to make everything yourself. You have to make sure you're on yourself. You know, you have to really get in your bag and really create what you want to be in this world. You know what I'm saying? So that's that whole song's premise is about not stopping for nobody and really focusing on yourself. You know?
Oh yeah, that's dope. And I definitely get that vibe from the song. So that's
the crazy part is that the serious. It's kind of like not a serious undertone, but it's like the messages are positive and like serious kind of message. Like really be about yourself. But the vibe of the song is fun. You know, you can flex to the joint. You can jump around. You know, like when I perform it, people is jumping around saying, "I'm in my bag." You know what I mean? Like it's a cool vibe.
It's catchy.
You know? but at the same time having a positive message. And that's the type of music I really love making, man.
Yeah. Now let's go back. So me and you go back a while, right? To Asbury Lanes, right? When I first met you.
Yeah.
Which was mad random, right? I was at the show. At the RIP the Lanes because they tore it down, right?
I think it's still up, but they don't use it.
They don't use it, right? Yeah. So they used to. So for those who don't know, Asbury Park, New Jersey, they had this place called the Lanes, which at the time, before Asbury started looking like Miami, was like one of the only places that was doing shows in Asbury. And one of my homeboys, and I don't know if you know this, Flint Flossie, with the turquoise Jeep. They were performing there.
Yeah. I know that was your dude.
Yeah. I actually went to college with them, and later he became Flint Flossie, and I see he was coming to Asbury, and I'm like, yo, you coming to Asbury? And he hit me up like, yeah, we got a show. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come out, and so I went.
You met at the bar, right?
Yeah. I was just at the bar chilling. I was just talking, and you came there because your boy Drew the Recluse was performing, right? Yeah. And we exchanged like social media stuff, and I checked out your music. Was very impressed. Followed you back, and I mean, just from there, you just been consistent. You've grown, and just keep putting out quality. You know, so that was definitely dope, especially just meet someone else from the area with a passion for music, you know, because you're right. Like you'll meet somebody who they might spit a couple raps, do a couple freestyles, and let that be it. But somebody who understands the process, someone who can consistently keep up with the times, you don't meet a lot of people like that.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, of course, you're always still learning. You know, I mean, from the time you met me to what I'm doing now, it's totally different. But you know, like the thing is that the quality was always there, and I and all my friends have always tried to make music that is true to ourselves. You know what I mean? And just something that we like, and not necessarily what everybody else likes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we make the music for our friends and for ourselves. You know, and it just happens to be that a lot of people gravitate. I think people gravitate towards honesty. People gravitate towards transparency, and people gravitate towards realness. You know what I mean? So when you provide the energy, you know, that's what you get back. You get love back. So that's always what we been trying to do. But it's crazy how long ago we met, though. It's really
right.
I forget it was that, like, at that moment, like at the bar. I think I was posted at that moment too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But,
hey, things happen for a reason, man.
Yeah, for real.
And so then later I started doing my own shows, right? Because of the lack of being able to perform in Asbury, in Neptune, or in New Jersey, period, right? So then,
right. I mean, we South Jersey, South Central Jersey, and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, we're like, 45 minutes from Philly, 45 minutes from New York. So it's a lot of tough because a lot of the underground hip hop shows will be like on a Wednesday or Thursday. So that's tough depending on what type of life you're leading. So I threw the event, and y'all came through to the Hype Part 2 event I did, right? So
yeah, the Hype Part 2, yeah.
Yeah, how did y'all feel about that? I don't know if I talked to y'all after y'all did it.
No, I didn't love that event. Like, that was dope. Like, I mean, like the way you set it up, you know what I mean? The whole situation where you just want us to come out and do our thing. I thought that was fucking dope. If we performed in a decent amount of people, you got a decent amount of people there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think that night I went to AJ's next to it too, which was dope.
And I always wanted to go there too, but I never got the chance. So that's what's up. Yeah,
they got some bad joints there. But we definitely had a good time. I still got pictures on my Instagram from that event because it was dope. I think that was my first time at the Blue Room performing. So I mean, it was a dope event. And, I mean, you're a dope dude. So the way you held everything, the way you had everybody lined up. You know, it was all love. I think the one thing that I will definitely give you an applause for, because, I mean, after doing shows with a lot of people who are running different events and stuff like that, like, and that being, like, one of your first ones by yourself or your second one, you did a really, really great job accommodating the artists, you know what I'm saying, and making sure the artists were taken care of. Because some people don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? They don't really care about the artistry. They just want money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just want artists who have money just to perform, who are trash.
Yeah.
But you provided some good artists and some good talent there that we got to network with.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
the hype was real, as I like to say. You know, I definitely handpicked everybody, and there wasn't anybody that I didn't think was dope. Like, because I'm a fan too.
You could tell that. You could tell that you put the time and the effort to curating a good a good audience and a good group of performers, as opposed to just people who got bread.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. And that was the goal, to bring artists from New Jersey together, not for money, right, or other BS, just to vibe and give us a place where we all could create and hold shit down,
Right.
you know. And y'all been on your own, y'all been locking shit down at the St. Nasbury, right? I mean, it's been like what, 10
Definitely.
shows?
I mean, we've had more. We've had a lot for the last like 2 years. We've been there. I actually got my own solo show coming up on 22nd.
Nice.
So it's only 10 tickets. It's at the Saint as well, but it's gonna be crazy.
Definitely. That's what's up. I mean, the Saint, most notably for those who are not in New Jersey, for rock and roll venue.
Yes.
Been there for as long as I can remember, right? So
Yeah,
I mean, how did y'all go about securing the bag there, like, and how they receive you, you know, at that venue?
I mean, they love us because, I mean, we sell it out. We usually do. I mean, the craziest thing, we really opened the door for hip-hop in Asbury. You know, I mean, like, I feel like we definitely, at least for underground hip-hop or local artists, because hip-hop in general, like, near the Jersey Shore is frowned upon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The clubs are owned by old white dudes who are used to the cover bands and used to, like, these rock bands and going out. But hip-hop right now is pop culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're going to make the most money off of hip-hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Off of rap music.
Yeah.
But how we got in there was basically my boy Drew. He does R&B as well. You know, so it started off being an R&B thing where he got his foot in the door. The dude loved the way he performed. It allowed him to run a show. And he allowed us to come up there. We've done a couple features with him on some sets. And he was like, all right, he gave Drew the whole entire like night to basically run his own thing and gave us our chance. And then from there, we just kind of took off and just kind of made it our own night. So he offers us our own night. Like, we got a show in October where we're headlining there.
Ooh, nice.
So,
yeah, that's
so
beautiful.
the guy just, we have a good rapport with the dude, and he just kind of keep giving us our own night to do our own thing, you know, because we bring people in, we make him money, we make our own money too. So it's just a good, like, rubbing of shoulders, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's good to see. It's like you said, especially in Asbury, it's good to hear. And I'm glad, man. I mean, that was the point. I mean, when I started doing the shows, I was like, y'all really want people to wake up, right? And I want people to start doing more shows. I want people to start making more music and know that they can create their own lane. Like, we don't have to wait for record labels or anybody. So I'm glad to see y'all doing that. And then another group that was at the Hype, they've been doing an open mic in Newark, right? It's called Vibes in the City. They've been doing
Vibes in the City.
Yeah, they've been doing that since the Hype. Like every Wednesday, they do a Vibes in the City open mic event. And so I'm just happy, man, that people are really, really taking opportunity and doing a lot. So that's dope, especially in Asbury. So let's talk about the music, man. So the vibes is definitely there. The beats is nice. Are you a producer too?
No, I mean, I do a little bit of sampling here and there, but I'm not like the best producer in the world, you know what I mean? I'm either leasing beats from online or getting stuff from my friends. But like there's the song on my page, Irony, which is I did a sample of the Ghost Town DJs. You know what I mean? The My Boo song. But yeah, I mess around with it because I have equipment.
Yeah.
That's not my main thing at that point, you know what I mean? I fuck around with it, but nah, I'm not producing. I'm recording myself and I'm mixing myself. But
yeah. Okay. All right. So when it comes to, like you said, doing the sampling, and when it comes to even creating a vibe, like what inspires you?
I mean, it's usually either like, I mean, there's two ways. Like either you have something on your mind, right? And you find the song or the beat or like the canvas to put your art on. You know what I'm saying? You have like sometimes like I'll be feeling some type of way, and I find a beat that makes me feel that same exact way, or I can play that on that canvas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or I listen to the song and the song speaks to me. You know what I mean? I dig something out of there. You know what I mean? But I usually start in those two processes.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the music should speak to you. You know, I know listening to a lot of other artists, right? They just, you know, like I said, they just got a beat and they put some shit together and you like, yo, this is shit's like all over the place. But like y'all really have a direction. So when you listen to your songs, it's kind of like you said, it's like a story. Like it is legitimately it's an entity all on its own. It's quality, basically, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you want it to be topical, of course. I mean, I mean, there's some freestyle songs where niggas just like say whatever they want to say, but I think the best songs are usually topical, you know, or at least go expound upon certain things that you want us to hit. You know what I'm saying? At least the chorus being a topic. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just my opinion.
So,
you know, but it's always good to have a song that just you make for fun too.
Yeah. So y'all do some traveling too, right? I mean, I know last year I went to South by Southwest.
Yeah, we did South by. I think we did a show. I mean, we go up north every once in a while. We did some shows up in Newark.
Okay.
And we went to a show in Virginia.
Word?
We had a show down there in Virginia, in Reston, Virginia. It wasn't anything crazy, but I mean, just the fact that we all like traveled, we made a vlog for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We were with the people, with the fam. You know, we went to the Suburban and enjoyed. It felt like we were doing like a little mini tour. But yeah, man, we're down to travel. We just had a show scheduled. We were supposed to do this festival in upstate New York, but they canceled it.
Damn.
But we were supposed to. So like things like that, we're willing to travel. We're willing to go far like that. But that's been the main thing, is like, especially for myself, like, as I'm focusing on myself, is to put myself out there.
Yeah.
And go to Philly. Like, I think we had conversations about, like you were telling me about certain spots in Philly and certain spots in New York and Northern Jersey and stuff like that, just to check those places out and make your name known, you know?
Yeah. When I put, because I put together like a mini tour, and that's exactly what I did. I just basically wrote down all the places, all the venues, contacted them, and I think I did it was like every month I was going someplace, and it started in Long Island and went to Manhattan, then it was Jersey, and then it lined up with Atlanta and a couple other places. But in addition to in South by Southwest too, I would 100% say y'all need to be at A3C, man.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. I keep ringing bells. I keep hearing that.
Yeah, A3C, it's a lot of business that, like, they drop a lot of knowledge as far as music industry, and there's a lot of like celebrities walking around. So I went 2 years ago, and it just ended up being like on a whim. I went to Long Island, I performed and met this dude who was like, yo, I like your set. My homie's doing he's curating a showcase in Atlanta for A3C. And I was like, what's that? He gave me the dude's contact. And then the dude like literally walked into the shadows. I never heard from him again, never talked to him, whatever. It was mad weird. So I'm like, he probably fugazi, right? So I hit the dude up, and the dude was like, yeah, I'm doing a showcase in Atlanta. Send me your stuff. So I sent him the music, and then he was like, yo, you good? And it ended up being a featured artist for the A3C, right? So that just meant that I was on the website. That meant that I was performing, and I had like access to the festival. And I think I ended up having to pay for the passes, but it was still cool because I didn't have to pay to perform. And so get down there, and it was just like, you know, how he said, you went to seminars. It was A&Rs from record labels. They had listening sessions where you could play your music. We talked to like other industry people. Then they had like music seminars. So it's a lot, and it was like a lot of other artists walking around there. So it was dope. It was a really dope event. It's like 3 days, and then the whole city of Atlanta on the one street, they have like events all day and night. And then at the last day, they have a huge concert with a whole bunch of artists from Atlanta and all over the place. I think like Cameron performed, and it was a real dope event. And funny story, so the guy who curated my showcase, he actually also had got me a show in South by Southwest, right? So I'm rocking with the dude, and then later I look on his IG, and the nigga's A&R for Rock Nation.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, hold on, I need to like get back in touch with this dude for real. And but I don't know, man. I guess now he with Rock Nation, he can't answer his email, so I don't know.
Yeah, I seen you with the hat and everything.
Yeah, cause yo, that shit, yo, I'm talking about like caught me way off guard. I'm like, yo, this nigga's really with Rock Nation. Like, I'm sure if you go on the Rock Nation page and you look at pictures, he's in there. He's definitely one of them. Right. But y'all should go to A3C. It's in October. And you know, they have it every year. So I mean, they'll have it this year, next year, whatever. But it's definitely a dope event. And there's a lot of opportunities there. So definitely, y'all should definitely go there. what other festivals y'all think are going to try to do in the future? Y'all, I feel like y'all need to go to Cali though.
That's what my boys been saying. Like, I've been talking to my boy just moved out there. He's like an EDM DJ, and he just moved out there. And like everyone he rubs shoulders with is kind of making music or is doing some type of like musical thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's so many networking there. Everyone's moving out there.
Yeah.
Like that's the spot like where the labels are at.
Yeah.
The spot where a lot of people who are trying to make their dreams come true at. Excuse me. But yeah, that's something that we definitely have to do. I'm gonna be there in October.
Okay.
I'm gonna be there on the 14th. Because one of my boys, like, he has a huge following in electronic music. So
That's dope.
we have a song together. So we're gonna shoot a video to that. So
Oh, that's
what
dope.
we'll be doing in October. That's my first time in LA. But
Yeah, LA's dope.
that's the spot. That's the spot. Like, that's like the area right now. Like LA. I don't see why not. I'm gonna talk to the guys about Atlanta. But they were also talking about my boy Drew was talking about North by Northeast or something like that.
Oh, that's new to me.
You ever hear that's in Toronto? It's in Toronto.
Toronto's got a
same
huge
like
music
by
scene.
Southwest, but it's yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So you want to try that one out.
Yeah, definitely.
But
The thing about Cali is that everybody wants to help everybody out versus the East Coast. Niggas in East Coast. So one of the reasons why I was trying to get everybody involved and do events is because people on the East Coast will sit on information, right? Like
they will.
They won't tell you that there's opportunities to perform. They won't tell you about how to put your music. They will keep all the information to themselves and do nothing with it rather than share it, right? So I'm all about sharing.
Yeah,
In
wow.
Cali,
You're right.
they will be like, yo, I like your shit. My dude is an A&R. I will take you to him.
Yeah.
That's the difference in Cali. My homeboy I went to college with, he's a producer out there. And he really, really is doing well out there because it's just a vibe. People are networking. They not sitting on information. And then, you know, people getting beat credits and everything. So it's definitely a place that I feel like y'all could do real well out there.
Right.
They also have a whole bunch of music showcases too that you could easily get in. Did you see the Defiant ones on HBO?
Yeah, I finished that up. I think the day it came out when all the 4 episodes were out.
Yeah.
I just breezed through that. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, shit was mad inspirational, motivational, man. Especially to hear how Jimmy Iovine found Gwen Stefani, just in a fucking random I think it was like some type of show she had where nobody was there except them. Like so they in LA they just be out there.
Right. Or even how he found the Eminem tape. You know what I mean? Like he found in a bunch of tape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just about being the right time, right place, and being open.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Being open to receive things, because some people are just automatically closed off to things. You know?
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Word. So as far as the music being on Spotify, on SoundCloud, are you on Spotify too?
No, that's the next step. I'm dropping a project later this month or early next month, so all that stuff's gonna be on Spotify. So you can look out for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the next thing too. Is like SoundCloud's a dying thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like streaming services, like SoundCloud is a streaming service, but I mean Spotify is one that you can get paid for, and all Tidal and Auto and Apple Music, of course. And that's what primarily people use. That's what I use personally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I personally use Spotify as opposed to SoundCloud. And SoundCloud used to be a great spot to find new music, but I tend to find a lot of bullshit on there nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do find some gems, but it just seems a little more cluttered. But I think artists who take themselves more seriously should be on Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And on YouTube as well. So that's one thing I'm definitely establishing right now. You know what I mean? For myself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Spotify does a good job, like you said, of presenting the music and also like curating. I find a lot more like underground songs that are quality on Spotify.
Right.
You know, there's a huge gap on SoundCloud as far as artists, right? So let's say I'll put a song out. I use whatever hashtag I put, like Drake or whoever else is big, before the title. And, you get like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 listens, right? And then Uzi puts a song on Spotify and it should be like 50 million, and you like, what the fuck? You know,
Right.
it's a huge gap. There's really nobody under those top people. Like, no, I don't even really see people getting like 10,000 anymore on Spotify. I mean, on SoundCloud, mostly like a couple thousand, and then what? Nothing really comes from it, right? Unless you're one of the big guys.
It's really. I mean, there is, but it's like it's just not. It's not like before. You know what I mean? It's not like before. I think it became an oversaturated type of thing, and now that people are looking at it like that.
Yeah.
The way they're looking at Spotify. If I put my stuff on Spotify, I think even my peers would take me more seriously. You know what I mean? It's like that next level tier type of situation.
Yeah, it helps too.
People take you only as serious as you take yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, no, I got a couple of my songs on Spotify, and in talking about music, it's easier to bring it up, right? Because in Spotify, I mean, on SoundCloud, you kind of got to go to the website compared to where Spotify, it sort of comes up automatically if you just Google it. So it makes it really simple to find. And then, like you said, it looks more official. And then if you have music, someone will say, is it on Spotify? You'd be like, yeah, it's on Spotify.
Right. You don't have some music, right? All that.
Yeah, I actually went to Spotify a couple times. I was lucky to go there and talk with a couple people.
You be out.
Yeah,
out here.
Man, I'll be digging for these opportunities, you know, and it can happen. I mean, I figured that Spotify would do something for their artists, right? So I would just look and following people that work at Spotify on social media, looking at the hashtag, and sure enough, they had like an artist development workshop there, and I went up there and you know, basically you had to have your music on Spotify. You had to email them. And so, I mean, it's right on the website. If you go to Spotify actual website, there's emails in place that you can email your stuff. And that's how it happens. And so you just email people.
To get on playlists, you mean?
Not to get on playlists, but like, hey, are y'all having a workshop, or are you doing anything with music? And people will get back to you like, yeah, we're having a workshop in 2 months or 2 weeks.
Send that over, bro.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it helps. So I went there twice. And one time it was for podcast stuff. The other time it was for music. And then I went to Pandora as well. But it's, you know, when you go in there, when you talk to them about the music, you know, it's so crazy because they have a plan, but it's like they don't have any plan, you know? And so it's still not a record label, you know? But the more listens you get, you know, the better it will be for you.
Right.
You know, so that's usually how it goes. But I'm definitely happy with y'all movement, with what you got going on. I definitely got in my bag in rotation, and as soon as you put it on Spotify, I'm putting it on the playlist.
Word. I'm about to do that shit today.
Straight up. So what else you guys got coming up? Are you doing anything in New York?
No, we don't have any shows scheduled in New York right now. I'm just finishing up my project.
Okay.
I mean, right now I'm finishing my project. I'm in this whole thing of like focusing on myself as a solo artist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we were performing as a group. You know what I'm saying? So I think what I'm trying to do is really kind of get myself out there and established as a solo artist. You know what I mean? Doing my own solo shows. So do my own solo shows, have my own videos and stuff like that. Of course, I'll still be with my guys, you know, my brothers.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just my main focus, is establishing myself as my own entity. You know, and really getting people to accustomed to who I am and what type of music that I make by myself.
Yeah.
You know, of course we're gonna have songs out with the group, you know, with Trilogy, but that's just my thing right now, just making sure that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got hyped off the video y'all had. Was it the wrist? Look at my wrist.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, these niggas having fun as hell. That video looked fun as hell.
Yeah, that was fun. And that was a song we just made off of like a fucking freestyle. We were just chilling, and we just made that shit off of freestyle. Like Drew came in the studio, and he heard the beat. My boy was writing to it already. Drew comes in, he's like, look at my wrist. Look at my, like, he just came in and like, oh, that's it. And then we just made the song in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nice. Yeah, that shit was dope, man. I was like, y'all released it the right way as far as like doing the trailer and then setting the date and then setting the time and then dropping it. Like, that was big. I thought that was big.
Yeah.
Definitely. So as far as Jersey, man, so we were talking a little bit, about our area, Jersey. Philly is right there. Philly is really has a good music scene. They do a lot of open mics, and so that when we were talking before about the Rec Philly.
Yeah, the Rec Philly. I still follow them. Yeah.
Yeah, they just bought a building. Like they getting all types.
Venue, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm. So they got a permanent place for people to go perform out there. So that's big. New York, I was rocking with Major Stage for a little while, and they basically were doing a lot of shows in New York. But like I said, the days were kind of weird, but definitely they were doing a lot of shows.
Now, are those so this is another thing, are those shows pay to play, or those are shows that are open mics and sign-ups?
Philly open mic signups,
right.
Major Stage is definitely it's ticket sales, which is a headache. I hate the ticket sale thing.
Yeah,
it makes
that's
sense.
Yeah, that's what it's been for me. For us, it's really the tickets are sell these dirty tickets, sell these 15 tickets. You know what I mean, and give us the money.
Get your money back. You got a chance to perform for free. You sell these 30 tickets, you get your money back. What?
It's crazy.
Yeah, shit is a hustle.
Crazy,
shit is a hustle. Yeah, man. So I mean, what anything else you wanna go over as far as the music
what's up?
Oh no, I was gonna say, how about this? So has anybody reached out to you from your music? Have you met with anybody interested in bring you on a team or a label or anything like that?
Well, I mean, it's funny you said that. I just met with dude who wants to manage me on Tuesday. I mean, he's not anybody huge, but I mean, he's starting his own management company, and he wants to help me manage myself. You know what I mean? The main thing is that as an artist, I feel like it's important to have anybody who believes in you as much as you believe in yourself.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Because when you're with your friends and all, they want to do their own thing too. You know what I'm saying? When you have somebody fully behind you and wants to help you curate your vision for yourself, that's really somebody who you want to be around.
Definitely.
So I just met with that dude Wednesday. I've been talking, of course, to my engineer, DJ Direct, one of my close friends who lives in New York. But I just been trying to network with different people, different artists. What I'm trying to do is do features and shit like that. But I haven't talked to anybody in depth in the industry. That's why cause I'm not really known.
Yeah.
I'm not really known. So that's my whole thing, is establishing myself, as an entity. So it can be, so you can shop it to somebody. So I can give it to somebody. Somebody sees what I'm doing, visually on my Instagram, on my Twitter. All these platforms, you need to be established or have a brand. Nowadays, you need to be a traveling brand. So that's just my main priority, making sure when I'm in front of these people, I have a press kit, or I have this established look, because people don't want to see half-assed type of artists. They want to see talent, but they want to see something that's already curated.
Yeah.
So that's just my whole standpoint, is just really curating the visuals, curating the sound that I want, the aesthetic, all that stuff. So all that plays a huge role in the package. Because you're not just selling music nowadays, or you're not just giving out music. You're giving out a package. You're giving out your personality, your style, your art, your creativeness. How creative can you be in presenting yourself? All that shit goes into the plan now, into the music. It's bigger than the music nowadays, which is crazy. It used to be just about the music. If you look back at the 90s, I mean, style was always there, but it used to be just primarily based off of the music, but now everything else comes into play now. So
yeah, definitely does.
I'm just putting my head down, getting that together. You know what I'm saying? So when I do meet these people, because I know people are going to want to meet me, I know I'm going to be meeting people, putting myself out there, but I definitely want to have that established look. You have your own website. I'm trying to build my own website. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely gotta have your own website. Definitely gotta have the Spotify, and all that in the bigger picture, right? You can submit for a Grammy. If you in it now, I know it's there's a lot going on with that as far as the mainstream artist, but if you have everything and you take yourself seriously, within the 12 months you release your single, you can submit for a Grammy and get invited. Necessarily doesn't have to win. but you could become a member of the academy, right? And you can basically be official. I mean, I actually was following this girl on IG, and she did the same thing. Now, she was an R&B singer, but she basically joined the academy, submitted for a Grammy, and even though she didn't win or get nominated, she still was able to go to the Grammys. And I'm sure she made contacts and just, also gave a good look that she was taking it shit seriously. And I actually was going to do the same thing this year, because you can, it's like what, $30 to become a member? I think it's like between 30 and 100, depending on what type of artist you are. And then from there, you can submit yourself for a Grammy. And then, in essence, you can have access to purchasing tickets. So, I mean, it's just about, like doing your due diligence and what you want to do.
Yeah. Research, man. That research.
Mm-hmm. That's really all. So the opportunity is ours. I think it's a great thing to be independent. I think it's a great thing that you're doing your music and it consistently. And I think it's a great thing that you inspiring a lot of people. Every time I hear a song from you, I'm inspired. I'm like, yo.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, bro. I really do. That's thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate that.
I also I've been doing a lot with the at the Headliner lately too. We've been doing the mostly hosting.
Oh yeah, you told me about that podcast joint.
Yeah, mostly hosting. And then also doing the fucking DJ. I'm not even a DJ, but they got me DJing shit there. So, and just trying to get the rapport, like you said, just open it up, because the Headliner is definitely a local spot where they should allow a lot more than they do.
Yeah, we just did Hemingway's. I think last week we just did Hemingway's. So you know what I mean? Like, so it's a little places are starting to open a little bit. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to have, like, the thing about here is that you kind of have to have a little different color to it. Like, you got to have a rock band play or like an acoustic band or some R&B playing before you play the hip hop. Because they're definitely, if I were to say a hip hop showcase at Hemingway's, they wouldn't have been about it.
Yeah.
But we had like R&B singers, you know what I mean? We had some poetry, and then we did our thing. So if you put it as that, then you might be able to get to a place like that. But when you just say hip hop showcase, it's crazily frowned upon, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just looked at crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to put together, like you just said, like some sort of open mic type thing where there's different types of singers, possibly something consistent in the Asbury Park area. So I'm hoping that comes from doing the Headliner, so that way come to them with like a resume, so they'd be like, well, what have you done lately? And be like, well, we did 4 or 5 shows at the Headliner, 2 shows here, so maybe they'll have them open up. I feel like that the House of Independence, down there on Cookman,
that's the spot too. I mean, they're definitely doing hip hop shows. Like there's other group from Red Bank from Middletown called Off Top. It's a group that we definitely work with, that we fuck with heavy. They just did a show at the House of Independence. They have that shit. So they're doing hip hop, but it's just, I mean, sometimes it comes down to the way you look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Skin color shit.
Yeah.
That's how it be sometimes, especially out here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand. They have different prejudgments,
They definitely do. I feel like with the House of Independence, their list of shows is getting smaller and smaller, right? I see them like kind of reaching, and I feel like in a minute they're gonna look for local talent. They're gonna start looking for local talent.
You're gonna have to, because like they're not bringing in anybody off the streets like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You keep trying to do these rock bands, and these rock bands are cool, but it's not gonna provide you what hip hop can bring. And they're just scared of it. Like, hip-hop really brings people together,
Yeah. Do you reach out?
It really brings people out there.
And speaking of that, so, like, do you reach out to certain people and invite them? Like, one time I invited what's the dude's name? I invited the chief editor from, not the Fader, from, what's it called? allhiphop.com, right? I've, reached out to him. Through his email and invited him to the show, right? And so that helps too. Like, I know y'all doing it local, y'all might be able to find the email for who does the booking for House of Independence and invite them to your show.
That'd be amazing. We had Rodney from Garden State Hip Hop. He's a local blogger around here. We
Okay.
had him come out to a few of our shows. You know what I mean? I think one of the shows that we did like a few years ago, or maybe like a few months ago, we did we had Asbury Park there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, it's dope.
so a little bit of establishment, but what we're really trying to do is I'm trying to get out of Asbury. I mean, Asbury's cool and all, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's a place that you put yourself out there, but it's not the same place. It's not gonna make you.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, we've been here for a minute. You know, it's not gonna be the place that makes us. You know what I'm saying? Because usually how it goes is people don't love you until you know what I mean. Until you out of this town,
Mm-hmm.
your city don't usually love you or show you the same amount of love until you start to be in other places. You know what I mean? Until they see you moving around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Until they see you, then they start believing. Then they're like, "Oh shit, he hasn't been
Exactly.
stopping." You know. So yeah, that's definitely true. So I mean, anything you want to leave the people with out there?
I mean, follow me on SoundCloud. Follow me on Twitter. You look out for new music coming out. The new music video, In My Bag, I released a single. Is coming out next week. So next Friday, you can look out for that. And then Friday after that, on 22nd, I'm having a solo event show at the St. in Asbury Park. So you can look out for those things. The project will be dropping soon. The date hasn't been announced, but as soon as I have that, you guys can follow me on Instagram and see all them updates. But yo, Awesome Nobody Ever, yo, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that this interview, man. It's been awesome. Talk about what we love the most, you know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate the opportunity, man.
Oh, definitely, man. Thanks for making the time. It's always good to talk to you. And everybody out there, you're now locked into the Awesome Nobody podcast, which is an awesome show. Let's go.
Like the season that I'm in right now, if you ain't money, you ain't pussy, you ain't this motherfucking music, then you have nothing to ask me, my nigga. Like, you don't have to ask me nothing, no questions, nigga. Don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way. So don't be mad, nigga. Don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way, my nigga. So don't be mad, motherfucker. I'm in my bag. 'Cause I want it bad. You see the grind. I never slack. I bust my ass. 'Cause I want the cash. She pop pussy. 'Cause she ain't got ass. I just tell them niggas if they want something, they can go get it. I'ma go hard, I don't care if it's a scrimmage child, nigga gon' make it if he ain't up get it. Most niggas stay sleep while I stay up winning. I can't fuck with lazy men complaining and never really aim to win. I aim at him, glass jaw break his chin, and life a game. I'm Mortal Kombat finish him, and then it's overload, I'm overdose. Pissed up for the world, so I'm holy ghost. Life moving fast, I'm my first emotion. So don't do it. Don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way. So don't be mad, nigga. Don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way, my nigga. So don't be mad, motherfucker. I'm in my bag.
I show up lit in my bag already. All my stunners, we stay flashing Fetty. White gold, it stay flashing heavy. No Patron, that's my favorite beverage. I get high and give your bitch some leverage. And I tell her hater to direct this message. Niggas snitching, lay them in them stretches. All I do is stack that bread and stretch it. I been feeling me, wish I had a twin of me. Yeah, I can't vibe off a broke nigga energy. Yeah, I been getting to it, nigga. I don't make excuses. I do me and the bullshit is not included. I don't get involved with this shit that make the squad. Then the mama's getting more thicker, smoking with my niggas. I know you think about me late at night, like you shouldn't never slept on us. Level up, I just press forward. I zoom in on the moolah, then I press focus. Yeah, where I'm at, don't worry about a thing, bitch. Same real nigga, nah, I ain't really changed shit. Soon as I'm free, shorty, we can make arrangements. So
don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way. So don't be mad, nigga. Don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way, my nigga. So don't be mad. Don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way. So don't be mad, nigga. Don't ask me where I'm at. I'm in my bag. I'm on my way, my nigga. So don't be